Our leaders in Parliament, our Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, our Foreign Minister Penny Wong, Leader of the Federal Opposition Peter Dutton, Leader of the Federal Greens Party Adam Bandt. I am mentioning all of your names because this is a humanitarian issue which requires bipartisan support and action at the highest level. For 12 years, I have practiced in family law as a barrister in Victoria, and in my time, I have represented countless women in their struggle to be free from violence and abuse. So I feel it is my duty as an advocate to amplify the voices who are now pleading for help for another women's rights issue. For the 10th year, we remembered the name of Jill Meagher, a young woman in Melbourne who was abducted and killed by a monster. Her murder shocked us and rightfully highlighted the need to fight a culture of violence against women, and that fight continues today. In the same spirit, I ask you to continue to fight in another name, who I am sure you have heard of by now, with uprisings in Iran and peaceful awareness protests in cities around the world, including Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane. Mahsa Amini. Remember her name. The fight is not in our backyard, but it is an important fight which needs your urgent and unconditional support to showcase Australia's commitment towards the right of women to live freely without the fear of oppression, beatings or death. Mahsa Amini. You know her story, a young Iranian woman, also the victim of a monster, being the so-called Islamic Republic morality police. And a victim for what? Not strictly observing her Islamic dress code while she was in public. She was taken away by the morality police and returned to her family dead. We say her name loud at these protests so you learn her story, which represents the tragic story of millions of other women, from children, teenagers, adults, and to victims before her for the past 43 years, and victims who continue to pay the ultimate price today, including Nika Shah Karami and Hadis Najafi, and others who have fallen to the brutality of the regime. They need your voice, but more importantly, they need action by every democratic world leader. Mahsa Amini. The Iranian youth in particular, brave Iranian women and schoolgirls have woken up and are courageously fighting and dying for their basic rights this very moment, as I speak and as you listen. And there is no going back for them in this fight. Mahsa Amini. Traversing her story and the plight of millions of other women is simply not enough. I am pleading for you to be furious about what is happening to her and to Iranian women. It's time for the international community to step up and take action. Do not let the oppressors get away with their hypocrisy of enjoying movement and financial freedom here and abroad when they are ruling Iranian women and schoolgirls with an iron fist. Mahsa Amini. Just the same way we deal with domestic violence matters, it's time for real legislative action and pressure on the oppressors to protect the victims. We don't reward perpetrators of domestic violence, we penalise them. We remove the perpetrator from the victim, restrict their behaviour and their movements. We also restrict anyone who acts as an agent for the perpetrator. We act and legislate to protect what we believe. The right of women to be safe and feel safe. Mahsa Amini. She needs your legislative protection now. And rest assured, from the old to the new generation, every Iranian has taken a side, and every Iranian is asking you to take their side. And make no mistake, there are only two sides: the side of darkness and oppression against women, or the other side. Mahsa Amini.